Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Christopher Terrence Jones. How are you doing? Hope all is well with you. Hope you're having a fabulous day, week, month, year, and life. Tomorrow is not promised. So get out and live your best life. Make memories. Live, live, live. You know what to do right now? Click that subscribe button so that you follow the Christopher Terrence Jones experience. It is a journey that you want to be on with me. And don't forget to click like and share my videos as well. Okay, so y'all, it's so much going on in the world, and you try to keep yourself abreast of what's going on. So I enjoy watching CNN, and CNN just did a documentary, I guess you want to call it, or something, like a little segment where they interviewed a 64-year-old lady named Irma from a little rural city, and I forgot where the little city was. It's here in California. And I was watching as she was talking. She is the full caretaker for her sister who has Turner syndrome and for her daughter who has cerebral palsy. So they're all on Medicaid. You know where I'm going with this. And we know she voted for Trump. And so they asked her why she voted for Trump. And she said family values. And that kind of stuck with me. And that's why I was like, I should talk about this, because this is really interesting to me that you say the reason that you supported Trump was because of family values. So I looked up family values because I was like, I got to see this in writing. I got to see this for myself, because I just don't believe that what these people are saying can be. So I looked up family values, and it's basically saying, this is what I got offline. I'm going to read it so y'all can get it that way too. So when you see it, family values, sometimes referred to as familial values, are traditional or cultural values that pertain to the family's structure, function, roles, beliefs, attitudes, and ideals. Additionally, the concept of family values may be understood as a reflection of the degree to which familial relationships are valued within an individual's life. It went on to say, the moral and ethical principles traditionally upheld and passed on within a family as fidelity, honesty, truth, and faith. Values, especially of a traditional or conservative kind, which are held to promote the sound functioning of the family and to strengthen the fabric of society. So, we live in the United States. So when we start talking about family values, there's no way that everybody's family values can be the same. Yes, you can be conservative and you can agree with some things. And so the lady Irma went on, and that the reason why the deciding factor that she voted for Trump was abortion. Now, she is an immigrant who now has citizenship, and up until now she has voted Democrat. So the whole time that she's been going, she's been voting Democrat. But because he got up here and said family values, family values, family values, family values, she changed who she voted for. And I need you guys to help me understand this, because how can the person who has been married 3 times, right there, 3, how do you say family values when the first wife, you cheated, and that's how you got the second wife? The third wife, you cheated on the second, and that's how you got the third. Cheating. What family values is an adulterer? Adultery is, in the Bible, is a sin. But this is family values. And you saying you stood with him because of family values. That doesn't make any kind of sense to me. It doesn't make no logical sense. It doesn't make comical sense. It doesn't make anything but a bunch of bull. So now you voted for this man who, when he was in office before, you knew what he was about then. He didn't change. He just got worse because you people decided that he should be in the office of the presidency because you said we're conservative. We are against abortion. We're against LGBTQIA. We're against all of these things, and he stands with us. But he's a racist. And he's shown you time and time again who he is. But that's all right. So to be a person who hates people is more than the lies that you say that we're telling on family values. Because see, racist, that's the worst to me right there. You racist on somebody who doesn't even bother you and doesn't affect you. But over here, you affect everybody because the people that support you, first wife, second wife, third wife, you cheated, adultery, 1, 2, 3. You affected so many people over decades, just like you affected them by being a racist and spewing hatred and all of that. But when you tell me family values, and this is the reason why you voted for him, now this is where I want you guys to think about this. So I'm African American. You may be watching this, you may be Caucasian, you may be Italian, you may be Asian, you may be Latino. Let's go religion. You may be Muslim, you may be Baptist, you may be Kojic, you may be Catholic. How can you say one person can dictate family values for the entire United States? There's no way. Our family values would be completely separate because we live in a world where everybody has the right to be free to do themselves and live their lives according to the way they are. Family is not always blood because some people build their own families in their communities, and that's the people who are there, especially like people like me who are the only child. So when your adult, not your adult, when your I'm about to say sibling, when your parents pass away and you're the only child, where does that leave you? So now my family values have to be different than yours. And this is a perfect example of what I say family values. I found out in my 30s that the man that I thought was my father was not my father. Spoke to him about it. He said he wasn't my father. He knew he was, but he raised me as his own. Well, now, here I am. All these years later, I decided to do Ancestry. So I did Ancestry, and it confirmed that he was not my father. Now I've seen people talking about when you go to the hospital that they do a DNA test before somebody signs the birth certificate. That way you don't end up in a situation where people don't know who their father was or the wrong person is put on there. That would have never affected me before. I would have never had no conversation about that. I never had any stake in that. But now that the man that's on my birth certificate is not my father, I agree that yes, before somebody signs a birth certificate or before a mother says that this person is the father, a DNA test should be done. So think about that, how my life changed. My family values changed because now I want to know the truth. So how can you dictate for one person when your family values is maybe Christian, maybe non-Christian, maybe religion? So many things. Not only that, the family value, now she's going to be without Medicaid because November 1st, All of that is going away because nobody tried to save this besides the Democrats and make sure that health care would be provided. So Medicaid right now is provided to more than 70 million people, including 40% of all children and 60% of all nursing home residents. And it's through the federal and state government. SNAP benefits. November 1st is right around the corner, y'all. Served an average of 41.7 million participants per month. The federal SNAP spending totaled 99.8 billion, and the benefits averaged 187.20 per participant per month. You voted for Donald Trump, and the Republicans don't want to support you. They don't want you to have medical. They're cutting the stuff that affects you. So the person that you voted for essentially is the one that's going to destroy you and put you in a situation. We're in a government shutdown right now. How does family values fall into that? Family values is that we make sure that everybody is taken care of in the family. How is everybody being taken care of when people are not getting paid? Because we're on family values, right? That means my moral compass says that everybody should be treated decently. That's what, come on. What happened to we the people? Because y'all remember the preamble to the United States Constitution began with we the people. And then it just basically just went on that we the people have rights. Free speech, freedom to vote, right to bear arms. We the people. But we the people encompasses so many different people. So if you say that you're voting for somebody based on family values, that's not what you're voting on. Because my family values are totally different than your family values. Y'all remember Braxton Family Values? We're looking at them on TV right now, and it is utter chaos. Is that what your family is a part of? No, because that's the Braxton family. You're the Smith family. You're the Davis family. You're the Jones family. Everybody is totally different. So when you vote for we the people. You vote so that everybody has a right to be heard, to be seen, and to live their lives and mind their own business. Whatever people do in their house does not affect you. I don't understand how people talk about abortion and you put that with family values. I'm going to say conspiracy. And the reason why I say conspiracy when it comes to abortion is because white America, Caucasians, Europeans have found out that they're not the majority race anymore. So because they're scared that they're going to be put out, and the same thing that they have done to blacks, Latinos, and everything could happen to them. So that's why they continue to say no abortions. But I'm sorry. Let me just go a little bit left. The damage has already been done. The people that have had the 6 and 7 and 8 children, they're adults now. They get to vote. And that's what white America is scared of, because there's more minority. And they used to be the majority, but now the minority has changed. And if people of color would understand that and realize that, we wouldn't even be in the situations that we're in right now. So that's why I call it a conspiracy. They want to stop you from having abortions because they're trying to get the playing field back up, but it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen in this day and age. We the people have the right to free speech, freedom, the right to live our lives and do whatever we want. Think about it. Meditate on it. And let it hit you. You cannot vote based on family values when everybody's family values is different. You vote so that people have the right. And this is why people should be more educated when you vote. Stop just voting because David Smith got up and said, I'm the best person. Read his policy. What is he running on? What is he standing on? Because the people that voted for Trump, you guys are the ones that's hurting now. Even Marjorie Green Taylor then came back and said that medical is about to go sky through the roof. But what happened to family values before? Because, see, it just don't work like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you care more about what somebody does in the privacy of their own house or the privacy of the doctor's office by having an abortion? Or do you care more about you having medical benefits, and if you get sick and with no medical benefits and you can't afford it, you die? What's more important? Your life or family values? I'm out. Make sure you share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff.